Phantom, how's it going? Today we are going to be looking at Naoki Urasawa's 8-volume robot sci-fi epic, Pluto, and if this is worth your buy. Unflinching. Unflinching and brave are two of the most important words that kept running through my mind as I kept reading this series. Naoki Urasawa is a famous mangaka writer in Japan. He is known for such works as 20th Century Boys and Monster, both of which are huge and well-known and well-respected in the genre of manga. However, this 8-volume series is the series for me that defines his work. This is absolutely brilliant stuff. At its heart, what Pluto is a reimagining of a classic Astro Boy story, the greatest robot on Earth, written by the famous Tezuka. Tezuka is, in many circles in Japan, considered basically the Walt Disney of his time. He is the godfather of manga. He's one of the greatest mangaka writers of all time. He passed away a long time ago, but he is very well known and very respected, mostly for the creation of the character Astro Boy, and the reason why a lot of manga characters have big eyes these days. The basic premise of Pluto is that it centers around this serial killer robot that is going around the world and killing the 7 greatest robots of this universe. The reason that these robots are important is because they played a pivotal role during the 39th Central Asian War, when the United States of Thracia, also a stand-in for the United States of America, decided to invade Persia. He doesn't bury the subtleties too lightly here. It's pretty much out in the open what he's comparing it to. If you think about it, it's basically the United States invading the war on Iraq, because once the United States of Thracia invades Persia, they find out, yeah, there were no weapons of mass destruction like we thought. I have to warn you though, you're probably going to go into the first volume thinking, cool, this is going to be a reinterpretation of a badass Astro Boy story. Astro Boy actually doesn't even show up until the very last page of this volume, and even when he does show up, he's not called Astro Boy, he's referred to as Adam. The central character in this is actually Inspector Giset. I know I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of the character's name, but he is tasked with discovering who is the one that is killing all these robots around the world. I really don't want to give too much else away of this series, simply because of the fact that I think the less you know going into it, the greater you will enjoy this, because Urasawa tackles so many themes, so many concepts that other writers would kind of shy away because they are so complicated, such as the robot laws, like a robot can't kill, a robot can't harm a human, and evolution. What would happen if a robot decides to start killing other robots or other humans? And would we eventually be replaced by something greater than us, and if what we are creating ends up eventually destroying us? If you've ever seen Urasawa's artwork, you kind of know what you're getting in here. Urasawa is just a master of the craft. Panels just flow beautifully from panel to panel. He's got a very cinematic style where he takes the camera and he centers in on a robot who should not have any emotions. He shouldn't have any emotions, there is no face or anything like that, but just with the eye work, you get the pain that that robot is feeling. You understand, while this thing is in mourning and he is feeling very sad right now. It's absolutely stunning stuff. I should probably also mention the action scenes in here, which are absolutely breathtaking. While this isn't an action-filled book, this is more of an examination of where our society could be heading into this Blade Runner-esque future if we aren't careful. There is a few scenes in here that absolutely just took my breath away. When Adam finally does cut loose and he finally does go against the main antagonist of this series, you are like, yes, it is the biggest hell yeah moment that I have read in comics in manga for a very long time. I've read a lot of comics and a lot of manga throughout the years, and I have to be honest, very few of them have actually stuck with me as much as this series has. I finished this about a week ago and it's still lingering on in my head. All the themes, all the background images, everything that Urasawa plays with here, just gnawing at me, and I wanted to know more. I wanted to spend more time in this universe, and that to me is an example of a masterwork. I am giving this my full seal of approval, highest score that I could give. Just go out, buy it, buy the 8-volume series. You will not be disappointed if you have ever seen any of my reviews and recommendations, and if you take my word for anything that I say, pick this up. I adore it. I cannot wait to jump into more Urasawa's work. Pick this up. Really, really, you are doing yourself a disservice if you have not read this series. 10 out of 10. There you have it, my review for Pluto. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting me to cover it. Everybody's been asking me, where's Pluto? Where's Pluto? We want to see your review for Pluto. What are your thoughts on it? Because I got the series months ago. I finally sat down with it over a period of weeks, and everybody's probably thinking right now, weeks? It took you weeks to read an 8-volume series. I really wanted to sit and marinate on the series as a whole and individually through every volume. After I read it, I took a few days and go, okay, what's Urasawa saying here? What is he examining here? And I think if you do that and you don't rush through every single volume, you will get so much out of this series and you will be in for a hell of a ride. If you want, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. That's all going to be in the description below. If you've read Pluto, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments section. I love hearing back from you guys. You guys are awesome.